Welcome everyone, Quistine here on Serious Gaming with a quick look at Call of Duty Warzone, the free-to-play Battle Royale version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which you have to install in order to play this free-to-play version. And that's quite annoying because it's an 85 gig install, which I imagine will be quite off-putting for a lot of people that might be interested in checking the game out, but are not going to download an 85 gig game just because the developer decided, hey, let's force everyone to download 4K textures, which they may not care about. I personally don't care about 4K textures. I don't play at 4K and they don't really matter all that much outside of that. So I certainly could do without the ridiculous install sign. Now this is a lobby. You can get into some serious gunfights here. Armistice Operation Red Thunder, 6, 1400 hours of events. Performance is all over the place, but that's more of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. What I found is that the game, when you started, in Task Manager, check it out, it's set to high priority and that can cause stability issues, performance issues.
Mark a drop point for your team. You'll lead them in.
On top of that,
points of gas. Get to the safe zone.
Yeah, on top of that kind of issue is also the fact that the game has a tendency of going full screen borderless, and that in itself can also cause other issues. I'm deploying the parachute and then just so I can get forward, because I want to reach the hospital. I do have a challenge there. And this is just one of the ways I've seen it done. Want to get an objective? Okay, we're here.
You're clear to engage all targets. Supply cache ready for pickup.
That's a gun. Alright, there's some loot there. And you get various missions, objectives that you can do during the course of a match. And you want to do these for a couple of reasons. The scavenger ones give you weapons, armor, that kind of stuff. Someone's dead already. Have a random team, what can you expect? Cabling me.
Your teammates in the gulag now. If they survive, they redeploy.
That's... I guess it wasn't in use. Put it like that. Because if it was in actual use, things would have looked a bit differently here, I imagine. Alright, so I'm guessing it's up here. Gotta be careful. No, it's not. It's down. Somewhere. Alright, that's a supply box. Some cash. Try and press it. Yep. Thank you for the floor. By the way, I don't actually own Modern Warfare, so it's here. It's on that floor. Try and get up there.
Your teammate has failed. They're returning to base.
They're both dead. Try and res them if they stick around. Not, well, so be it.
Contract updated. New objective identified. Your teammate was sent to the gulag. They'll fight for a chance to redeploy.
One of them is in the gulag, so I still have an opportunity to arrest him. That was not ideal. So I guess he was inside the building. Managed to take one of them out, but not the second, unfortunately.
The fight has
Very
begun.
unfortunate.
Daunting your enemy is an effective way to get inside their heads.
Right.
So, is a
So while
well-placed
that's
rock.
going on, let's go over the options menu.
Your
You
teammate was
get
broken.
your
They're no longer with
most
us.
of your resource stuff. I've set it
Victory
to
rests on
high,
your shoulders.
texture
Finish the mission.
resolution, anisotropic particle quality. So
The fight
performance
is
is
ready.
mostly fine.
You're up
Like I have
next, get
100
ready.
FPS. In actual open areas, I get anywhere between 52 to 70, and I have a good computer at this point, especially my CPU. Yes, it's a good CPU. It's my favorite 70. I have a rich CPU, but 7, 8 years
Win
old.
this
I don't
fight
remember
and you
how
return
long
to
I
the front
had it.
line. But
Oh,
if
I
you
get the
lose, you're
revolver.
done.
I am so dead.
Earn your way out. Back to base with you.
Fortunate.
Learn from your loss. Failure is a wise teacher.
Let me leave this game and go for another run. Yeah, that's what happens. It's a battle royale game. That kind of shit does occur. Well, at least I completed the hospital challenge. Start one contract at the Verdansk hospital. That was an objective. Pilot a vehicle for 5 minutes. Ping an enemy. I don't get that. It's like I've pinged quite a lot of enemies, more than one. I can say that. Maybe it's just practice, I guess. Yeah, daily challenges, boot camp, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, earn top 15 placement with your team 3 times. Okay, I'll try to do so. So options, fairly solid, fairly good for the most part. FOV, that kind of stuff. 120. You get even advanced. Yeah, advanced FOV. Zoom to a closer value. Okay. Yep. You can go independent, you can go with affected. I'll just keep it at independent because you want to be able to, you know, see when you're zooming down sights. So one of the main things you want to do though when you're starting the game to avoid the crash issues that I've had, and this has worked for me to resolve it, just make sure that this is set to full screen. Just, it seems that that you do have an issue. Now the render resolution is also a factor to consider because yeah, so set that to 1080p. Just setting it to 100. Represent free. Okay. Increase the parameter. So that's something. Something that might also affect the stability of the game. If the game is constantly having to change the resolution, it could very well affect it. In order to get you better performance, because the game is going to try and improve your performance. Now, the only thing I'm using here, by the way, why the game looks sharper, more clearer, that kind of stuff, is I am using GeForce Experience Freestyle. So that's a graphics filter, which in this case I've just enabled clarity and sharpness, mostly clarity, so you know things are clearer, they're not as muffled, the colors, the graphics
Warm up
are
while you
muffled
can.
as they are by
Deploy
default.
soon. Enough training. Now we face the enemy for real.
Right, armistice, Operation Rapid Center, 96, 1400 hours for that. So, I don't know what plane this is, I don't know what it's based off. Looks like a few military planes, this one doesn't look like that. I mean, maybe some parts of it look similar to some of the stuff I've seen, but no, nothing like with that
Mark a drop
front,
point for your
those
team.
wings
You'll lead them in.
that I would
Be advised,
think about
gas
really.
is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone.
Right, so we're gonna go for...
That's our drop zone.
We're gonna go for
Get ready.
just a bit of a safer area. Feel free to go wherever the hell you want.
We should drop in.
Going downtown. So, velocity.
You're clear to engage all targets.
RPG, boys. Now it's weird that if you find RPGs in the world, they will not actually give you ammunition. That's a separate affair. Right, so I need a supply crate. Yeah, the objective or an individual one. I do need supplies, however. Need cash, need all that kind of stuff. Molotov cocktail, more armor plating. Now, the game says it's down, but what is down? I admit, I don't know the map, so... Oh, I see. There's the objective.
Located the supply cache. Secure that position.
Gladly. So yeah, supply caches are really worth doing. Killing enemies, of course. There's all kinds of bonuses for all these kind of objectives, right? But the most obvious one is just getting supplies, getting weapons, getting armor. It's in that house, but... or that building.
Next objective located.
Alright, so sniper and drone. So you get kill streaks like that. You don't actually kill opponents and get kill streaks. It would be very, very bloody powerful in this mode. As opposed to regular mode.
Next objective located.
Alright, final one. I know I'm playing with fire by doing this. Especially so far away from my teammates, that kind of stuff. Don't care though.
Primary objective accomplished. All supply boxes found.
I think I'll go for the...
Does anyone need this?
Yep. Swamp unlocked. There's another one there. Which I'm going to do mainly for the cash. Where is it? Oh.
Supply cache marked. Package.
That's scavenger package right there. I want the money.
Contract updated. New objective identified. Does anyone need this?
Go pick it up if you want it. Alright, could go send a recon drone, but I'll wait until we're in a more dangerous situation. I'll stay to the main thing I do care about this fucking thing. Side here, I guess.
Contract updated. New objective identified.
Great.
Gas is moving.
Nothing useful there. Alright, 70 meters. 60, 50. Okay. Nothing over there, just let's check the tent. Just my allies. There's another supply crate there.
Contract complete. All supply boxes.
Does anyone need this? Does anyone need this?
Yeah. So I got 7,400. I think I need a bit more. Let me see.
We're in safe zone. Watch for vendor here if you need equipment.
There is an opponent there. No, airspace too crowded.
teammates about to target.
Well, let's go for it, boys. Not playing the voice chat, it's the absolute cancer of online video games. In random games. Like, obviously voice chat is very important for organized groups, no denying it. But I think there's a lot of people who think, oh, it's great for... Go, my precious. Missed. Alright, let's see what's here. Clear, clear. He's in this area. Might be up there. Might be here. Yeah, he's here.
Merde!
Throwing smoke! I've got you! I've got you! I've got you!
Bounty target is down. Well done. Your teammate was sent to the gulag. They'll fight for a chance to redeploy. Your teammate has entered the gulag. Surviving earns the redeployment. You've got the drop bag inbound. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Your daughter deployed!
Your teammate has failed. They're returning to base. I took out. Your teammate is redeploying. Stand by.
Sniper rifle here.
Yeah, that screwed me. He was right behind me. Okay, then.
Win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you
Gonna
lose,
try
you're
that.
done. It's time. Break some. Shows of no mercy. Time for redeployment.
Alright. Going to the gulag.
We're in safe zone.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for that. Let's know that. Because although it's dangerous, it's instant gear. Hello, asshole. Round 2 is coming. Alright, just gonna go in the building. He left the game. Lots of action over here. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay. Save. Yes, I'm going to use this. Now, why am I going for this? Can I ask? Alright. Time to purchase a kill streak, that's why. Alright. Actually, yeah, getting a UAV. Finish this box, self-revive kit. So we're in the zone. Oh! He's dead. Oh, shit. Not so fast, huh?
Flyover!
UAV
Yeah, give me a fucking vision. For the enemy location. Ah, you assholes!
Your team is KIA. It's up to you now. Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
There's still one more, I know that much. Oh! Ah, you bloody cunt. How about that? I just wiped out an entire team. I feel bloody good about myself.
Gas is moving.
Yeah, I am not staying here. There's a sniper in the stadium, I know that much. I know what I'm doing is extremely fucking stupid and foolish and reckless and all that kind of crap. Don't give a crap right now. Get your ass here. You can pick up all... Oh, damn it. Well, could have been a lot better. Not gonna deny that. Hey. Could have done a lot better than that. But that was reasonable enough. Do I enjoy it? Yeah, it actually is quite enjoyable. It's faster paced. It gets you more. Actually, it's not about the pace of combat more so than anything else. Like, I've played a lot of PUBG more so than anything else, more so than Apex Legends. I've never played Fortnite. I have no interest in it. For me personally versus PUBG, it's the fact that it gets you into action quicker. In PUBG, yeah, you can enter the action pretty quickly in PUBG. No denying there. But the problem is, you're probably gonna die pretty quickly as well in PUBG if you try and do that, versus either players that are very competent, or if you play with a random team versus teams that are very competent. So here, I feel it's more forgiving when you get into it, and it's more interesting as well. So like just exploring around, having all those kind of objectives makes them far more interesting than playing PUBG. Just my 2 cents on the issue. I like the concept of a battle royale. I don't necessarily think stuff like PUBG or other games necessarily get it perfectly. I think this is pretty solid. I really do think it's a fairly solid attempt at the battle royale from these guys. Now, sure, people who want a more hardcore military shooter are not necessarily going to care about it. But the problem is, what does a hardcore military shooter actually look in practice in a battle royale mode? It means, oh, you're either spending half the fucking match or 90% of the match tracking around, getting gear, and then getting shot in the face by snakes in the grass in PUBG if you're playing solo, or it means losing in the first 30 seconds, 20 seconds. So I do much more prefer something like this. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a hardcore shooter player. I'm not a hardcore FPS gamer. Never been. And this channel is not really about that. So I don't really have the time or desire to really focus on that. I have other games that I'm far more dedicated about, like say World of Warcraft as an example. So for me, as a casual shooter player, in a sense, for me, it's a lot more fun to play something like this than it is to play PUBG. Apex Legends, you could say it's close, but it still has some issues there, especially because that one is really heavily focused on team play far more so than this. Like here, yeah, sure, team play is important, but like as you saw, you can easily wipe out an entire squad on your own. Costin here signing out. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and enable notifications. Special thanks to Yolosapien and to all my patrons and to all of you who make it possible.